Hello! Today I'm answering a question that many new quilters ask, and that is, can I use quilting thread as my regular sewing thread? Now, the short answer is generally a no, but there are 9 reasons why you shouldn't. I'm Kim, this is Quilt with Kim. Let's go check that list out. First up then on our list is precision. Now, one of the major considerations in piecing your quilt tops actually is precision. You see, a 30 or 40 weight quilting thread is thicker than your standard 50 weight thread, and it's likely to give you challenges in getting the accuracy that you need for piecing, especially in intricate patterns where precise seam allowances are absolutely critical. Even on a basic pattern, your thicker quilting thread will take up more space over the entirety of a whole quilt, which will in turn decrease the accuracy of your quilt. This is not something we want because it will distort your pattern. Secondly then, the thickness of the quilting thread can create more tension on your machine, which could ultimately affect your stitch quality, potentially give you uneven seams, which we obviously do not want. Third is all about the needles. Now, thicker threads need a larger needle size, but your quilting weight fabric doesn't. So if the needle isn't suitable for your fabric, you could end up with perhaps puckering, maybe large needle holes, possibly distortion or even damage. It just depends on the fabric that you are using. Now, if you need to learn about needle sizes, I've got a whole video on this, so I'll put a link in the description below of a video that will help you exactly on that subject. Number 4 then, we're still on this thicker quilting thread. Now, thicker quilting thread will give you more visible stitches, and that's perfect when we're quilting because we want those stitches to show on the surface. But with your piecing, you want invisible stitches. You want your quilt to look, well, kind of seamless. So we don't want to use our quilting thread for generally piecing. We want our thread to disappear. Number 5 sounds very obvious, but quilting thread takes up more space on your bobbin, which will kind of lead to having to change your bobbin more often. And if you've been sewing for any length of time, that's probably about 2.5 seconds, you'll know just how annoying it is to keep putting thread on your bobbin. Next up then is, for number 6, is an issue that you may not have thought about. And that is that the thicker quilting threads sometimes need adjustments to the tension settings. Now, I normally advocate never having to touch your tension settings at all. But you may find that your machine might need some adjustment for quilting thread. It's not really something you want to change for standard sewing or piecing. And if you did, then the stitch line may not feel correct. It will feel too tight or too loose. So generally that's not something that we want to do. If you're going to adjust the tension at all, I would do it when you know what you're doing and you're comfortable doing it, and only for the quilting, but definitely we don't want to be doing it for standard sewing. For number 7 then, we need to think about looking after our machines, because using thicker threads could possibly lead to more wear and tear on your machine's innards, especially with those tension discs with that thicker thread going through, and your thread guides, meaning more trips to your friendly local service engineer. I'm sure they won't mind at all, but your purse might. Finally, coming in last at number 9, which I can't count, the extra thickness of the quilting thread could possibly lead to your fabric distorting, but it really depends on the fabric you're using. This is more true especially on the more lightweight or the delicate fabrics such as cotton lawn or silk. And if we get this distortion, it will obviously affect the overall appearance of your project, and we don't want that. So there you have it, 9 very good reasons why you shouldn't be using quilting thread for your regular sewing or piecing. And if you want to see the difference between the quilting and the sewing threads, check out this video here. And if you want to know which quilting thread you should never, ever, ever use in your machine under any circumstances at all, check out the video just down there. I hope this has helped. If it has, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my weekly quilting tips and tutorials. I will see you next time. Bye for now.